Hello, and welcome to episode 52 of the Mindful Knitter podcast. My name is Claire. If you are new here, welcome. We talk about yarn things, lots of yarn, spinning, crocheting, knitting, of course, yarn dyeing. There hasn't been much yarn buying in the last few years, but sometimes we talk about that. I do yarn shop tours, vlogs, all kinds of stuff. So if you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about some works in progress and some finished objects that I have, basically the usual kind of like podcast type stuff. So if you're returning, welcome back. If you want to get in touch with me on any social media stuff, it is down in the description below the video. I'm on Instagram for the most part, but you can find me on Ravelry too. So for today, I don't have tons and tons of finished objects or works in progress for you. I have been pretty monogamous. I'm also very aware of my bangs today because I had my hair cut on Friday, now it's Sunday, and she cut my bangs too short. So I'm just like really aware of them right now. Too short, and I feel like she like added more like density to the bangs. So I'm not really sure what that situation is, but we're gonna roll with it because we have no choice and it'll grow. So it's not the end of the world, but I'm just very aware of my bangs today. I can start by talking about what I am wearing. Unfortunately, I do not have a pattern for this for you guys. I am so sorry. I can tell you what the yarn is. The yarn is this really, really beautiful, I stand up so you can see this a little better. This really beautiful Juniper Moon Farms Cumulus yarn. It's like a cotton, I think maybe an Egyptian cotton. Incredibly soft. It's like a worsted weight, maybe even a little bit thicker than worsted weight, so it knits up very quickly, but it just makes this beautifully soft, fluffy fabric. And I did not really use a pattern for this. I knit this several years ago, and it was kind of based on a shirt pattern from We Are Knitters, but not really. I kind of just took the starting stitches of that pattern, and just kind of like went from there. And I don't even remember what the pattern was, but it was one of their like kind of just really beginner friendly t-shirts. And what I did was I changed the neckline. I added this like garter stitch texture up here. I did a crochet border on the sleeves and on the hem, this little like scalloped crochet border, and just made this really summery top. The blue and the kind of tan color are two different yarns, and then this fade here, I don't remember what the fade was called. I want to say it's something like lotus related though, like water lily or lotus related. Again, it's been several years since I knit this, so I do not remember, and I apologize. But I do know it's Juniper Moon Farms, and it's their Cumulus base, which is just like an absolutely beautiful cotton that is just so soft, and it just is magnificent. So that's what I'm wearing today. And I have one finished object to share with you. One work in progress, which is spinning because Tour de Fleece, and then one upcoming project that I might cast on today. We'll see. And then I guess we can just like chat a little bit at the end. So if you're not interested in the chatty part, you can just stay for all the yarny stuff. And then, yeah, if you are interested in the chatty stuff, you're welcome to stay at the end. So I finished the shawl for my mom. Last time I was telling you guys that I'm throwing my mom a surprise 70th birthday party. I apologize for this noise. I'm going to be using the iPad to show you guys things, and I can't figure out how to turn the sound off on it. So like every time a phone call or something comes through or a text, it like makes a noise. So I apologize for that. Anywho, so last time I was telling you guys that I'm throwing my mom a surprise birthday party for her 70th birthday. She is turning 70 in August, and we're having her birthday party this coming weekend on the 1st, August 1st. Because my brother's got stuff to do for the army on her actual birthday, and just schedule stuff didn't work out for us all being together for her actual birthday. We all live like scattered. We all live like hours away from each other. So everybody getting together to celebrate something takes some planning. So like I'm 3 hours away from them. My siblings are like 4 hours from them. And so we're doing a surprise party, and I say I'm throwing it. It was my idea, but my dad and my siblings are like helping. So yeah, so we're kind of doing it together. But anyway, so my mom's turning 70, and this coming weekend is going to be her surprise party. So I am making her, or I did make her a shawl for her party, or for her birthday. This is using yarn that she picked out herself several years ago. And yeah, I'm finally making her a shawl out of it. This is the Adeline shawl by Expression Fiber Arts. And you can see it turned out great. I did not use all of the yarn for this. I'll talk a little bit more about the yarn in a second, but you can tell this is like a pineapple lace. See, the lace makes all of these little pineapples. Yeah, and it's big. It is big. So yeah, it just takes up the whole thing. Yeah, so I did not use all of the yarn. Oh, and I found a couple ends that I missed when I was snipping ends. Oops. So this did not take all the yarn. I had 300 grams of Berroco Folio yarn, which is an alpaca blend. It's a fingering weight alpaca blend, and this is a fingering weight shawl. I didn't mention that. And I did not need 300 grams for this. I don't know exactly how much I used, but I think I used about 250 grams. This was big enough. I did not feel the need to continue. This was big enough. Also, my hands were starting to hurt quite a lot, my thumbs in particular, and I'm not going to get tons of crochet time this week, so I needed to get it finished yesterday, which, you know, I did, and I blocked it, and I can show you guys. But I'm not going to get tons of time to work on it this week, so I knew I needed to finish it. And so I didn't really feel like I had the option to let my hands rest for a few days and then pick it back up and finish it. But also it is big enough. And if I'm being completely honest, it had become a labor of love. I really, really enjoyed the pineapple lace crochet stitch for the first like 2/3 of the project, and then I was really over it. If I wasn't so monogamous, and if I had another project to work on at the same time that I could like go back and forth between them, excuse me, I probably would have been fine working on it for longer, because I would have been able to take like a break to work on something else. But since I was trying to get this finished before her birthday party, I was just working on this. So I was kind of done with it mentally, as well as my hands being really tired and hurting. So I decided to finish a little early, but honestly, I think that worked out really well as far as like how it looks, because this light purple color, I don't think I had enough to do another row. That light purple color I used almost all of. And then this turquoise color, I had to do like this. So it's a 4-row repeat for the shawl. You have a five setup rows, and then it's a 4-row repeat for the shawl before you do your 4-row edging. So I had come to the end of that 4-row repeat, and I wasn't really convinced that I'd be able to get another full 4 rows in that turquoise color, because I think I was more than halfway through that turquoise ball. So I was, and also if I did, it would have made it wider than this. So I definitely wouldn't have been able to, because I didn't have enough to do that much for the purple. So I definitely wouldn't have had enough yarn to do that many rows in the turquoise. So I decided to go ahead and bind off, or go ahead and finish just 6 rows total of this turquoise, which left me with like a little less than, I think, than a half of the ball of yarn. So I don't think I would have been able to do another 4 rows anyway. And then I just did the border in the purple, the dark purple. which was necessary because I didn't have enough to do 8 rows of the purple, so of the dark purple. So anyway, it worked out really well yarn wise and hand wise and mental wise, that I needed to end when I did, on several fronts. So that worked out great. Yeah, this is a fingering weight shawl. It is crocheted on a, let me see, and pull up on the tablet. That's why I have this here, so that I can share details with you guys. Yeah, fingering weight yarn. It uses, what size hook? A US size E or a 3.5 millimeter. I never know the number or the letters for the hooks because mine just have millimeters on them. So 3.5 millimeter. And she has it crocheted in a beautiful, like, solid color on her website. How do I make this bigger? There we go. Yeah, so this is like on the website, the Expression Fiber Arts website. It looks beautiful in a solid color, like absolutely beautiful. And it is a paid for pattern if you buy the pattern from them. It's $6, but you can get this for free on YouTube by just doing Adeline Shawl, Expression Fiber Arts, or even if you put into YouTube pineapple lace crochet shawl. I think it's one of the first ones that pops up. And she takes you through the entire pattern in a tutorial. It's a 3 video series tutorial for crocheting the pattern. So you can get it for free on YouTube, which is what I've always done. I always just kind of reference back to that video because I've crocheted this 3 times now. So I just remind myself of what the rows are and the stitches are, and then I can just kind of go. At this point, I don't really watch the tutorial. I just remind myself of what the pattern is. But yeah, so that's great. So you can crochet this for free if you want, or you can purchase the printed pattern on their website. Yeah, so I used 3 colors of Berroco Folio yarn, which is an alpaca blend. I can put the colors in the description below if you're curious. I talked about all of that in the previous video, but I can put all of this information in the description down below for you guys. So this is my mom's 70th birthday present. Hooray. I'm glad that is done, and I think she'll really love it. Again, she chose those colors and that yarn herself several years ago at a small yarn shop that we visited. I'm getting warm. This like office has like a giant window right here, and it's just really warm in here. So I think she'll really like it. Okay, so next thing. Tour de Fleece has been on pause because I keep knitting and crocheting instead. But I am wanting to get the other skein of, so I did spin up this skein, which I showed you guys previously. I love this yarn. This is for my 6-year-old. I'm going to be doing a sweater for her. I guess I will double check with her to make sure, because I haven't actually asked yet, like, hey, do you like this color? And do you want a sweater knit out of it? Because that was my plan. I'll ask her that. If she doesn't, then I'll probably make a sweater for myself. This wouldn't obviously be the whole sweater for me. I'll only have 2 skeins of this. And that's not enough yarn for an adult me. It is enough probably for a 6-year-old her, but not for me. Honestly, for her sweater, I might even have to like add a little bit, like a contrasting, like neck or cuffs or things like that, because I'm not entirely convinced that 2 skeins is enough for a sweater for her either. Maybe if I did a cropped sweater that she could wear over dresses and things, but anywho, I finished this one for Tour de Fleece, which is good, but I need to do the other one. So this is the fiber. This is the braid that I had. My dogs, I don't have dogs anymore, but when I did have dogs, I've had this fiber for a while now. And when I did have dogs, they got into this. So, and I can now see that some sort of bug has gotten into this too. Oh, that's unfortunate. So I'm gonna have to go through my fiber stash and see what's up with that. Okay, can you guys see this? So this is a bug. This little hole right here, something has gotten in and eaten there. that is the only one that I can see on this braid. So fortunately, I don't have bugs up in my yarn. Hopefully that was like a one-off kind of thing where just one like rogue stray bug in the house got in here and ate and then left. But I will check that out. Okay, because that's upsetting. I'm not like completely freaking out right now, but maybe some of you are, so sorry if I'm causing you anxiety. Yeah, I'll do a thorough kind of check of all my stuff. But anyway, this, my dog at one point got this braid and tore it up into pieces, but it's still mostly intact, so I can still spin this up. This is a merino. I think it's 100% merino. I don't think it's like a blend with nylon or anything. This is a merino wool braid, and it is hand dyed by Nanette Studio on Etsy. It's a kettle dye technique, so all of these like darker bits do felt a little bit. I've noticed that with kettle dyed yarn, if there are any really, really saturated sections, those sections tend to have felted together a tiny bit. So often I have to pull out little felted bits because it's just too much of a hassle trying to draft that to spin it. So those little felted sections, often I just pull out little bits, but it is very, very little that I end up needing to remove. The vast, vast majority of it, it is less than 1% that gets removed. It's just a few little tufts here and there. So I love Nanette Studio. She makes a beautiful fiber. This spins up really, really nicely. Did I just find another little... Okay, yeah, I did just find another little part that got chomped on by a buggy. Yeah, but that's the one that's like the most obvious, like a bug got in there. Well, darn it. Okay, so I'll take care of that. And I want to get that spun up maybe this week. I'll have it finished. We'll see. Maybe that'll be better for my hands than knitting or crocheting. But Tour de Fleece is, I think, almost over. I don't think it's over yet, so I think it's almost over. And I haven't participated a whole lot. I've spun one skein of yarn, so I'm not on a team or anything, so I'm not letting anybody down. It's just me. And I don't feel like I've let myself down particularly. I've accomplished other things, which is good. But yeah, I'd like to get that spun up. And then for cast-ons or upcoming projects, I just realized I forgot to look one up for you guys. I have two that I'm considering. One I am pretty positive I'm going to be doing, and the other one I am sort of on the fence. We'll see. I really want to, but I don't really have the yarn for it, and also I don't really need it. I don't have the yarn for it though, and it's not like super practical. It's just fun. I'll start with the fun one that I may or may not do first. I only have half the yarn I would need for it. It's the April scarf by Veera Valimaki. I do not know how to say her name. This is a fingering weight little like scarf shawlette thing, almost like a bandana, and it is fingering weight yarn, knit with a US 3 needle, 3.25 millimeter, and it's one of these little stripy things for around your neck, and I just love it. I think it is so cute. I love it so much. I think it is just super, super cute. But like I love these stripes going in different directions. I love this. I would probably do an I-cord border. I don't know what kind of border that is. I think it's a tubular, maybe a tubular cast off. I'm not sure. I would probably do an I-cord border because I love an I-cord border, especially on something like a bandana or a small scarf like this. But if I was doing this, I would want to do it in pink and like a gold-ish color. So I've got this yarn. I've had this in stash for forever. This is just a fingering weight merino from Hobby Lobby from like years and years and years ago. And I want to pair it with some sort of pink, like one of these type pinks, but these are all DK weight, so I can't do it with any of these. And then for my fingering weight yarn, I can't really, like, none of them really stick out to me to pair with this. Like, I love this kind of pink, but this one's like really, really speckled, and I don't really want to do that much speckling and variegation with this. I kind of want this to be its own like shawlette or something. So I don't know. That's kind of my hang up for this guy, is I really want like a good bright pink to go with this gold, but I don't have a good bright pink in a fingering weight yarn to go with this gold. So that's my hang up right now. We'll see what happens. So I may or may not be knitting that anytime soon. Maybe I need to go to a yarn store. I do not need to go to a yarn store. I have so much yarn. This is not all my yarn. I have more yarn in this closet. I have totes of plastic totes full of yarn downstairs. I have so much yarn. But I really love this. Like, I love these stripes. I think they are just so, so cute. And I've been wanting a striped something or other in this gold color and a pink for like a while. I thought about doing a sweater, and so we'll see. But the thing I probably am going to be casting on soon, I might even cast it on today, is a project I've been wanting to make for honestly several years. And now I think it is officially the time. And maybe I'll like chat a little bit more after we talk about this project, but I'll talk about the project first. So I've been wanting for the last several years to knit a like a meditation / prayer shawl. And if you're familiar with like prayer shawls, a lot of people make them. Often you are like praying while you're making them, and then you gift them to somebody. And then that they could be just a regular shawl that the person used and they know was made with a lot of like love and intention, or it could be a shawl that they themselves wear when they are praying or going to church or etc. So prayer shawls can be different things, and then of course in different cultures, a prayer shawl might be like the shawl that you wear when you're doing your prayers every morning, and it's a specific kind of thing. So yeah, they can mean all kinds of different things. So I've been wanting to make a prayer / meditation shawl for myself, like as a form of prayer and meditation, and then to be used when I am praying or meditating. Often I am cold, and when we pray or when we're meditating at home, often we use blankets, and then when we go to the monastery to meditate, it's often cold in the winter, because you know the monks have like limited funds and they're trying to be very frugal, and so it's usually kind of cold in the meditation room. So I'm not bringing a blanket in there with me, but usually I have on a sweater, and like a shawl would not hurt while I'm there. And I think he just started mowing the lawn, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. I hope not. Sorry, I didn't know he was going to be mowing this morning. That's unfortunate. So I'll try to cover everything quickly so you don't have to listen to him mowing for forever. But anyway, I've been wanting to knit this for quite a while, and then I like the idea too of doing these for other people. Like, I'd love to make my mom a prayer shawl where I'm you know, praying while I'm making her shawl, and then she can use it however she wants, but you know, maybe while she's praying would be nice. So yeah, that's a project I've had on my mind for a long time. So I finally figured out, or I finally came up with like an idea of what I'd like to do for this. Oh, good. It's quiet now. And I looked at the yarn and I looked at patterns, and I think I want to do a fingering weight shawl. And I might end up doing two. I might end up doing a fingering weight and a DK, but I like the idea of doing a fingering weight first. Just because I feel like it's a little bit more versatile. Like, I can wear it around my shoulders, I could wear it around my neck as a scarf, I could wear it over my head if I wanted to, a little bit more easily than I could a DK weight. It's not impossible with the DK weight, I just would feel kind of like a babushka, which is not a bad thing. But a fingering weight one is a lot like lighter and just over your head feels, I think, more drapey and less bundly. Because I'm not like going out into like the harsh winter with this thing. It's just for when I'm praying or meditating. So I found yarn in my stash yesterday that I think I want to use for this. And this is kind of where I have landed with this. See if I can kind of, there we go. I wanted to do white. I don't have any bright white. This is as close as I can get. But I wanted to do white. For Buddhist lay people wear white, especially when meditating or going to the monastery. So I am doing white. And then this guy is absolutely beautiful. So this is Artemis Yarns. I don't have very much Artemis yarn. So this is, I've only ordered from her one time. And I only ordered a few skeins. So this is very special yarn. So I think it should be used for a very special project, which this would be. This is her Artemis sock. It is a 4-ply fingering weight yarn. It has 425 meters and 100 grams. It is 75% superwash, 25% nylon. And this colorway is called Bow and Arrow. And so if you're not familiar with her, she is in France. I am in the US. So I ordered this from France from her. And it is just absolutely gorgeous. You can see there's some like blue speckles in here. Just completely beautiful. Yeah, so this is a very special skein and I really wanted it to be used for a special project. I wanted my shawl to be, I don't need it to be huge, but I wanted it to be bigger than just like a little shawlette. So I needed more than 100 grams. So I found 2 of these little white minis in my stash. They are merino or merino blends. So these were in my little mini stash. I think one is Nanette Wake Studio. I think this one's Nanette Wake Studio, and I'm not sure who this one is by. And then I found this little spare cake of undyed Surrey alpaca, which I didn't realize was in my stash, but this will be really good for the warmth factor because Surrey alpaca is so warm. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of almost do a striping type thing, not like little stripes. I'll just have like big band sections. And this will add some texture, which will be so nice. The bands of this will just be this. I'm not holding it double with anything. Yeah, and I think this is going to be really beautiful. And the pattern that I am almost positive I'm going to do is simple stripes, simple lines by Maanel. I think it's Maanel. I'm not sure. This is the person and their name. I don't think that's backwards. I think you guys can read that. I think it flips it for you. But this is the beautiful pattern. I'm gonna turn up the brightness a little bit because I think that might help a little. Yeah, this is the beautiful pattern. So yeah, simple lines. And this pattern calls for 720 to 840 yards. Yeah, which is about like 2 skeins of yarn, which I have about 200 grams here. I might have a little less. If I need to pull another like mini or something from stash, I can do that, and I can just find like a really pale color to go with these. Maybe that can be the edge. It does have this beautiful lace as the edge, which I may or may not do. I do like it though, so I might do it. I do love lace. But yeah, you can see it has this beautiful lace border. And I do enjoy knitting lace, so it could be by the time I get to the lace, I'll be like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. But I love the simplicity of this, and I love that it just has these like simple lines and little eyelet rows for this beautiful texture, but is otherwise a pretty simple pattern. And like simple and elegant and beautiful, I think. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, and it uses, again, fingering weight yarn and a US 5 needle, 3.75 millimeters. So I love the fabric that a US 5 needle makes with fingering weight yarn, and it also knits up like, not like fast, but nicely, I think. So I don't feel like it's something that just takes for forever. Not that this project needs to be done quickly. I don't have a particular deadline for it. I would love to be able to get it done, you know, so that I can be using it. But also, it's summer and it's warm, so I'm not going to be needing to use it anytime particularly soon, unless it's early in the morning, and sometimes meditating early in the morning, it's a little chilly. But the monastery is not chilly right now. It's warm, so we are not bundling up when we go at the moment. So yeah, this is going to be my Simple Lines shawl, my meditation and prayer shawl, and I'm very excited about it. I've been wanting to make something like this for a very long time. So I'm excited I'm finally going to be doing it, and I love this yarn for it. So if you're just here for the yarny stuff, I think that probably covers it for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you come back. If you want to stick around for some chat, then yeah, you can stick around for some chat. I'm trying to think of what to chat about. I guess like on the monastery front, I don't want it to make it sound like we're like, I don't know, more devout than we are. We probably would be more, we're not like not devout. It's just the closest monastery to us is about an hour away. So we don't get to go, like, we're not going like every day. We don't get to go every week. We aim to go every month or twice a month, because they really only have the meditation on Sunday. So they have like other things throughout the week, but for going for like an hour and a half of meditation, it's like Sunday, and that's it. We sometimes do their stuff on Zoom. They like host a meditation night on Zoom, I think on Thursdays. So we'll do that from home sometimes. And of course we like meditate at home in our meditation space, just, you know, without the monks and stuff. But yeah, as far as going to the monastery, we try to go every month, but it's almost an hour away, and on the weekends you're trying to accomplish a lot of stuff, and it's a multi-hour endeavor. We have to drive like an hour there, and then we're there for a couple hours, and then we drive like an hour back. And it's later in the evening, so that's like the biggest hurdle. I think that if it was in the morning, this would be much less of an ordeal. But since it's at like 7 at night, we're like leaving there sometimes almost by 9, so then we're not getting home until about 10, and like 10 is bedtime, and depending on like, you know, kid situation, like we can't have her out super late, and so that's like the biggest factor, I think, is how far away it is, and then it's at nighttime. It's in the evening, so that makes it difficult to go more than, you know, monthly. We'd love to go every week, but it's just not feasible. So I don't know why I felt the need to like explain that. I don't know. Here we are, now it's explained. My mom's birthday party, I'm really excited about. It is interesting planning a birthday party that's going to be happening 3 hours away, but since my dad and my siblings are helping, that's great. My older brother and my dad are doing the food, which is a huge chunk of the work, so hooray for them. We're hosting this like at her house, so my dad knows to kind of get the house kind of ready to host a bunch of, I think we're gonna have 30 people there, because my dad's sneakily telling their friends. So I think about 30 people will be there. So my dad's gonna help get the house ready for it. And then my mom knows that my siblings and I, you know, and our partners and kids and stuff are coming. So she's already gonna, you know, be on top of the house being cleaned and stuff. Which, like, of course none of us mind, but my mom would, if she had a surprise party and her house wasn't clean, she would be so stressed out and she would not be able to enjoy the party. So we wanted to let her know that we were coming just to do early birthday stuff. She doesn't know we have a surprise party for her. But we wanted to let her know we were coming so that she would have the house like pretty clean, so that she'd just be able to relax and enjoy the party without stressing out that the house wasn't clean. And if my dad just started cleaning the house you know, with no explanation, my mom would get really suspicious. So we needed my mom to kind of know. So that's being taken care of. My sister-in-law's mom, who lives with them, is also coming to the party, and she loves my mom. So she's buying the cake. That's going to be her present for my mom, which is super sweet. And then my sister-in-law is going to be helping me out with like the flowers and the decor. The theme that I have for it is like Garden of Life. My mom is a gardener, and she's like really like a gardener. Like she studied a lot of things in college, but one of the things she studied was horticulture, and botany. So she really, she's a gardener, like an actual gardener. So we're doing like this Garden of Life themed birthday party where it's like, in the Garden of Life, sunflowers bloom extra bright, and you know, things like that. So we're gonna have a lot of like floral and gardeny theming stuff around it. So we're gonna have lots of flowers. I'm gonna be getting signs and things printed up that are very floral, and all these little cute like garden and flower themed sayings and stuff are going to be around. I'm going to have a few gardeny type activities where maybe people get seed packets and like write things that they love about my mom on them, and then we put together a little basket of all these seed packets, and she can plant like a garden of all the things that people love about her. So yeah, I'm really excited. She's turning 70, and she's never had a surprise party before in her whole life, which she has mentioned multiple times over the year. So I know she wants one, and I'm just so excited that like we get to do this for her while she's still, especially since she's still, you know, at 70, fairly like young and spry. So she can still be very like active for the party, which I'm just really excited about it. I think it's going to be so good, and I hope that she loves it and is so happy. Yeah, I hope so. I think she will be. I hope she doesn't stress out about the guests and the house not being clean enough or something, because that's totally something she would do. Are other people's mothers this way? Hopefully she can just relax and enjoy people loving her and appreciating her. So yeah, that's happening this coming Saturday. Very excited. Our 6-year-old does not know. She just knows that we're going to visit Gigi, and we're going to do birthday stuff for her kind of early. So she's really excited to go visit Gigi and do some birthday stuff. But she doesn't know about the secret party because she is 6, and she can't keep secrets. She didn't do a terrible job on Father's Day, really. I got him we got him a Brazil jersey, like a Brazil soccer jersey, and like I told her about it ahead of time because she's getting a little better at keeping secrets, and she was so excited about Father's Day. And we went to like Target, and she got him like a card and a couple other little things, but his like big present, because she was like, we need to get him something bigger, we need to get him something more. And I was like, I've already ordered something for him from us, and he's gonna love it. So of course she wanted to know, and but I emphasized like, you cannot, like, secrets are fun, so like we're keeping it secret so that Dad will be surprised and he'll be so happy. And so she was delighted to have a secret to keep, and she kept it pretty well. She only sort of gave a couple slight hints, but not enough for him to really exactly know what to expect. He kind of suspected a tiny bit, but like he was still like surprised. He didn't like know what was happening. Anytime she would like want to talk about it and he was around, she would just be like, and her like eyes would get big, and she'd like come over to me, and like she would like wouldn't even whisper it. She'd like come over to me, and she'd like usher me out of the room so that she could whisper, and it would usually be something like, I'm so excited about Dad's jersey, he has no idea. And I was like, I know, and you're doing such a good job keeping this secret. He's gonna be so excited and so proud of you that like you kept this secret so well. So anyway, but we haven't told her about the party because I don't trust that. Like, I need this secret to be kept. This is like potentially my mom's only surprise birthday party she's gonna get. So I want it to be a real surprise. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do another one when she's 80, because I think that'd be fun. Or just for 75. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I won't keep you guys anymore. I feel like we've chatted probably enough. I don't know what else there is really to say besides that. Like, she starts back at school in like 2 weeks. She's starting first grade. So I have feelings about it. I'm mostly excited and happy for her. It's just she's getting like big. So, you know, that's hard when they get big, but I also want her to get big. Like, I want her to grow, and like, I want her to experience all the things in life. And yeah, and non-attachment is like a thing with like Buddhism. Everything is temporary, nothing is permanent. So that helps a lot. Like, I have a lot of acceptance of the fact that each of these stages of her life are, you know, like, they're not permanent. So that helps me not be quite so sad. And I can just be present and enjoy like this new phase. So first grade, I think, is going to be really fun. But it starts in a couple weeks, so that's on the horizon. I think that's probably about it. So I will end here so I don't get rambly. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Let me know if you are working on anything in the comments below, if you've got any summer projects you're wrapping up or fall projects that you're starting, because fall is right around the corner. So I have fall on the brain, which I'm sure lots of us do, with sweater season approaching. So if you've got anything that you are working on or about to work on, you know, please let me know, because I think that's super fun. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention this. I was going to mention it like towards the beginning, and I forgot until just now. So if you haven't stopped watching yet, we had a craft night together, me and my YouTube friends from the channel, which we haven't done in like almost 2 years, and that was amazing. We got on Discord. I have a Discord group, and which I might share more about this next time, since I'm just kind of throwing this out right at the end. So I'll talk about this more next time. But we all got on our Discord group, and we caught up over the last couple years, and we're just so happy to craft together again. It was amazing. I don't live somewhere where I have other crafty friends around, or really any local friends. All my friends live like 10 hours or more away from me. No, 12 hours or more away from me. All my friends are like really far away. So it was just amazing to get online with my crafty friends. And most of us, I think, were knitting. I was crocheting on my mom's shawl. We did that Thursday night this past week, and that was so, so good. And that's just one of the reasons I just love this channel so much. And I love this like online crafting community. It's like not all of us have people around us locally to do this stuff with and to connect with. And this is the big reason, this was the main reason why I started this channel, is I wanted crafty friends. So yeah, it was an amazing time. And ladies, if you're watching, which you probably are, thank you again for crafting with me this week. That was just so, so good. So we'll do it again soon. All right, this time I'm actually logging off. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.